Giant ants are creatures commonly found in the wasteland, including New California, the Capital Wasteland, the Mojave Wasteland, the Commonwealth, and Appalachia. These mutated arthropods, commonly called carpenter ants, were exposed to large levels of radiation. However, what really caused this rapid evolution and adaptation to the wasteland is unknown. Alongside the fire ant, their increased mass and strength makes them highly dangerous to large prey, and even humans, as their mandibles are capable of cutting through leather, plastic, and even bone. Their exoskeleton can shrug off punches and most kinds of blunt trauma, but remains vulnerable to firearms and sharp objects. Great ants are also quite sensitive to antenna trauma. Damage to their primary sense organ reliably sends them into a frenzy, attacking anyone and anything in the vicinity. Like their predecessors, ants have a strong swarm instinct and will attack prey in packs or double down to protect the nest if their queen is threatened in any way. Giant ants can be found inhabiting the area earlier known as Northern California and Oregon. They tend to live in dark areas such as caverns, and can be found in arroyo and broken hills. As they are insects, they have 3 pairs of legs and a powerful exoskeleton. The variant of ants in Fallout 3 are better adjusted to daylight than their California counterparts. There are 5 variations of these ants, including workers, soldiers, queens, invaders, and the mutated forager ants. Ant nectar can occasionally be looted from their corpses. The queen ant is the mother of the respective brood. This variant is roughly 4 to 5 times larger than the average giant ant. When threatened, her wings will buzz about, and she will hiss at the enemy. She will then proceed to spit acidic saliva at the enemy in an attempt to ward it off. Ant queens are not very fast, though they do seem to notice targets from a distance and spit with surprising accuracy. The queens are generally considered to be one of the boss characters in Fallout 3, as they have extremely high health, about half that of a super mutant behemoth, making them one of the few creatures in the Capital Wasteland that can survive a nuclear grenade blast. There are only 3 queens in Fallout 3, in the Marigold Station, Shale Bridge, and Corvega Factory. The Marigold Queen Ant is the mother of the fire ants that have been harassing Great Itch. She was mutated by Dr. Lesko in an attempt to create smaller ants with a chemical mutagen that would be injected into the queen ant, but instead, fire-spitting ants were the result. The ants in the Mojave are much like their Washington, D.C. counterparts, well adjusted to daylight, with most of the same features. They also maintain the same hierarchy. Only one queen ant exists in the region, however, south of the Allied Technologies offices and northwest of the REPCONN headquarters. These ants also appear in Zion. Follows Chalk will acknowledge them, calling them picnic killers, not quite understanding why, only that it was something from the back when times. Unlike their Capital Wasteland and Mojave Wasteland counterparts, the species of ants found in Nuka World are relatively small, more comparable to those found in Northern California and Broken Hills, with larger specimens being around the same size as a medium-sized radroach. Large and small forager ants make up the bulk of their colonies, while soldier ants guard them and apply defense. Small flight-enabled swarms also exist and act together as if by a hive mind in the group. All in all, ants are not a serious threat, only being dangerous when swarming the player character due to encroachment on their territories. There are numerous variants of ant, including glowing ants, overgrown ants, and most interestingly, flying ant swarms. The flying ant swarms consist of a tight cluster of many small flying ants. Each individual ant in the swarm has a relatively small amount of health, often being killed in a single hit. All ants in the swarm contribute to the total health bar. This necessitates killing all ants present in the swarm together. The species of ants found in Appalachia, much like the ones found in Nuka World, are smaller than those seen in the Capital and Mojave Wastelands.